Hey, good morning, everyone. It's not raining today, so I can do my morning walk in the morning, but I do have to dodge the trash truck because it's trash day. Beautiful morning out here. Was having my coffee earlier and watching the news. Saw that Nikki Haley lost the lost the Nevada primary to none. Like, that's embarrassing. You got to stop your campaign at that point. It's ridiculous. Lose to none. Uh, that's Trying to think what else is happening in the news. So this hat that I'm wearing is from a uh, coffee or brewery in Hawaii that sadly was lost in the fires. But a friend of mine, like a week before it burned up, had been out there, brought me back the hat. So hopefully there are people who can rebuild. I'll have to look online and see if they are. And if they are, support them. The sun's gonna be at my back, so it might be hard to see it first. It looks like I lost you, but you guys are back now. It's a it's a brisk morning. You know, it's funny how things give you memories. Whenever I come out, and I know it's gonna be, like in the low 60s, but it's cold when you come out in the morning. It reminds me of my days in boot camp at Parris Island down in South Carolina. Yeah, I'm a East Coast Marine. Uh, and yeah, you wake up 5:30 in the morning. You'd be dressed and out the door by 06, and yeah, you'd be training, and it'd be so cold in the morning, and it would just get down to your bones. But then, after about an hour after the sun came up, everything would be warm. Then you'd be sweating. Sorry if this bounces around a little bit. I'm not using my selfie stick. Using a thing that goes around my neck. Just trying out different things. This whole walk and talk thing is new to my channel, but trying it out, seeing if people enjoy this. With something like this, you don't have to prepare that much. Doing the podcast, there's a lot of preparation that goes into it. People just don't know. And you dump a lot of money into it too, and equipment. So doing this, just a phone, selfie stick, or in this case, I got my little thing that goes around my neck. And yeah, I'm walking stick. I bought this walking stick because my back goes out. Uh, all those years in the military, I've got bad ankles. Bad ankles give you bad knees. Bad knees give you bad hips. Bad hips give you a bad back. And my back will go out from time to time. And I always know pretty much what it is. It's all muscular. But if I get some good shoes, it's normally a sign that my shoes are starting to wear down. And when I get good shoes, it takes about a week for my muscles to heal and get better. But like I always tell people, try different things. I'm I'm probably gonna try a chiropractor. I've never done it before, but I always tell people try it. And if it seems dumb but it works, it's not dumb. And that's gotta keep trying things. For me, the PTSD was always the big issue. So been working on that for years. Just doing little things help. I got my service dog. I've done therapy for years. Also, I've tried guided mediation or meditation. Sorry, guided meditation. Uh, lots of relaxing type of things. Reiki, ASMR, and you just uh, also drugs as well. You just got to figure out what works for you. And what's funny is now that I've been in it long enough, I can spot people who are going through stress or people who have PTSD or some other mental, you know, issue, maybe not a mental illness, but definitely mental issue that they're dealing with, whether it's added stress, whether it's, I'm trying to think like maybe just a situation they're dealing with. For me, it was most of my stuff comes from domestic violence. I survived domestic violence, and you know, I, I'm. It makes me hyper vigilant uh, when I when I interact with people. Hard to trust, but those who earn my trust, I stick with. And I've talked to so many veterans who've been going through stuff, and what I like, I'm helping a veteran right now who's going to be doing similar to what I'm doing. He wants to, start making content online. He wants to have a nonprofit and really, you know, help them in their journey. And I told him, I said, it's like dealing with addicts. They have to be ready for the help that you're going to give. And if they're not ready, you can't push them. You can't force them. You just have to be like, well, here, you give them what, information you can. And you tell them when when you need me to help you with this, I will. And this week, I've talked with 3 veterans already. Uh, one is on a journey, and it took well over a year for that veteran to get in this place to where now a lot of good things are starting to happen. They're doing they're doing the right things for themselves. You know, uh, you got to do the work. You gotta say, I'm gonna help myself today, and today's gonna be better than yesterday. And when you make that commitment, it will get better. Uh, the little things start to build up. Sorry, I'm next to the hardball road, so got a lot of traffic, people going to work and school. But yeah, you got to do those little things, and they do add up, and they add up actually very quickly. Uh, and myself included, a lot of veterans, they'll be like, man, I should have done this a long time ago. So helping one veteran get a service dog right now, and that veteran also did VA claims. They called me several months ago and said, okay, I'm going to do a VA claim. What should I do? And we talked through the issues, talked about what they should expect, and they're fully on their path. And then I had another veteran reach out to me. And that veteran is the one that's doing the nonprofit stuff. But we talked about, what I've seen, what they need to do to be organized, because that's the biggest thing if you're going to do a nonprofit organization. That's whenever anyone asks me, what do I need to know? It's, well, first off, you need to be organized because you're going to be dealing with the IRS, you're going to be dealing with other groups. So if you're organized, you'll be fine. And so helping that veteran, and that's one who's dealt with things in the past with legal issues. And one thing a lot of veterans don't know, when you're dealing with legal issues, a lot of areas have veterans court, and that's a separate court with a magistrate who normally is a veteran themselves. And those veterans can get adjudicated for whatever legal issue, but most times it's going to be a solution to their problems by just jail time or fines. It'll be, well, you got substance abuse issues, we're going to put you in treatment, or you got PTSD issues, we're going to put you in treatment. So it helps prevent recidivism, but it also gets the veterans at least on the path of improvement, and by getting them some of the help they need. And it's court ordered at that point. Uh, and again, it might not solve all their stuff, but it gets them on the path, and that's what's important. You know, the, the journey starts with a single step, but you'll eventually go places. And that's what's important with it. So a lot of veterans don't know about veteran court. So just, a veteran who's had some legal issues, make sure that they know that is out there in many, many places. California is very big on it. Uh, all of these places that have been doing judicial reform is where you generally see it. But it's state by state. It's not a mandatory thing, but it's a good benefit for veterans, and it's smart. So I always tell people, like, I've had people who've had DUIs, and they're like, I don't have money for an attorney, and I'm like, well, have you tried Veterans Court? They don't even have a clue about it. Then the third veteran that I was helping this week was actually one that I served with, one who we were talking online about some stuff, and I just did a reach out, did a buddy check, and found out, there were not major issues, but a couple of minor ones. They hadn't done a VA claim. Um, were experiencing some other stressors, I'll just say. And, I said, well, let's first off here, let's start you with a VA claim. Let's do a intent to file today, get the clock started on it. And, when I talked to the veteran, they said that, they're starting to see their VA claims getting adjudicated. Uh, I am confident that veteran will be at 100% disability before the year's end. So I'm very happy about that. That was someone who already had some VA claims, but most importantly, had been doing the medical work that you need to do. They had already done a sleep study, had already made sure that there was like surgeries and stuff in their record. And so when you already have that, the claims go very fast and most times in your favor. Now that veteran did have one that did not go in their favor, and I told him, I said, don't worry about it. The reason why we did that one first is because it's low hanging fruit, very easy to a get it submitted and it either approved or denied. Very short period of time, less than 2 months, which the VA moves notoriously slow. All these people are driving way too fast on this road. Which, by the way, here can I turn this around? And let's see if I can. No, it's not letting me turn the camera around. Okay. Here, I'll try to show you. There's the road there. Make sure you're walking against traffic. So that way, if someone is driving and they're not paying attention, you can respond. I've had people argue, no, you got to go with traffic. That's bikes. If you're on a bicycle, you got to go with traffic. If you're walking, you go against traffic, and so that you can react. But yeah, this veteran had a very quick claim. It was denied, and I told him, look, we're not going to worry about it. We're going to move to the next one. And, you know, we're putting in all the ones that are easy to get. And the stuff that is, it's like, it's so common, the VA is not going to deny it. And many of them are presumptive conditions. PTSD, presumptive condition. Tinnitus, presumptive condition. These type of things, you can get 100% on some of them just by themselves if it's a severe case. And if it's not a severe case, it at least lays the groundwork where you can get close to that 100% VA disability. And if you're a civilian and you're watching, VA disability does not mean you're 100% disabled. What it means is that the VA is 100% responsible for your disabilities. So anything that happens to you is either caused by or exacerbated by something that happened in your military service. I run across people all the time who don't understand that, and they'll be like, "Oh, so and so is 100% disabled, and they're ripping off the VA," and that's a fundamental misunderstanding of how the VA actually works. So, you know, if once you understand the system, it becomes a little bit easier to navigate. I'm gonna cross the road and head back. I don't like these to get too long. 20 minutes is my goal, and we're almost at it, but we'll go a little bit long today. Uh, but yeah, that veteran, we're going to get them in a good spot. And as always, if you like what I'm doing and you want to help me support these veterans, you can always go to veterannationfoundation.com and buy one of our t-shirts. I've got some funny ones on there. And that's what we do. I did open up a PayPal. I, I, I don't like GoFundMe's. I don't like asking for money. I would much rather you support me by buying some of our merchandise. Would much rather have that. I don't like going to people with my hand out. In fact, I was talking to someone about a grant yesterday, another nonprofit, and I said, look, if you guys give me this, I want to do an event with you. That way, you know, I'm not going with my hand out. It's we can do something that improves people's lives together. This show, this nonprofit, none of it is about me. It's all about the veterans, military, and their families, and entertaining them and helping them. So that's always been my goal, and it served me well. I'm very happy with where everything is right now. As always, I want to remind you all, you can leave me a comment. Uh, there we go. Yeah, leave me a comment. I like hearing feedback. I could be way off the mark on things. I laugh when I get angry comments. People don't. I had a couple giving me some angry comments. Uh, First off, it helps me because that interaction for things like YouTube, uh, it boosts that video. So when I have people coming at me in comments, hey, Gravy, good to see you. When I got people coming at me in comments, I don't discourage it. I interact. Helps those videos get seen. Controversy sells. And there are things that like I'll do that I know are going to be controversial. That you know, I just want to get people's comments, uh, even if it's them telling me I'm a POS. Hey, I always tell people I'm an a-hole, but I'm the nicest a-hole you'll meet because I am. We're all a-holes, but you know, I do what I do to try to help people. Because someone at one point helped me, and that's what it's about. And if that makes me a better person along the way, cool. If it keeps me a POS, cool. uh, I I'm trying to do some events down here in Southern California. I got a friend of mine who he does promoting for a couple bands, and I want to I want to help some other veterans. So I want to do a couple benefits if we can. In fact, Gravy, if you would put your channel in the comments. Gravy's a good veteran. Uh, we've talked a couple times. He's dealt with some issues, and he's got his own YouTube channel there. And definitely check him out. We all have to support one another. I talked to him about we're doing a letter to Congress. A couple of us veterans. We are pointing out some of the problems that seem to be a little bit more common than what they ever should be, like arresting veterans for filming in a VA. It's total BS. We fought for the First Amendment. And so we're going to address that. And if there's anything that you think the letter should address, reach out to me. Put it in the comments. You know, we all have to stick together. And then after we get the letter written, which I've already got my bullet points, after we get it written, we're going to take it out and get people to sign it, both military and civilians. Someone's screwdriver there. Yeah, a-holes who tell the truth and a-holes who tell their opinion. I like truth. Well, absolutely. I agree with that, Gravy. That's, you know, and again, if you disagree with me, just tell me. That's, people think debate is about winning or losing. It's not, it's about exchanging information. People who debate frequently are more informed on issues, they're more informed about what the other side is saying. And if you're not willing to have your worldview challenged, hear the rooster. It's not gonna do it now. A couple dogs are gonna bark at me as I walk by. There was the rooster again. But yeah, the you know, you gotta have your opinion challenged. And if you don't, is your opinion really worth anything? You know, I've I've had people change my opinion on things. You know, and it's you have to reevaluate and look at stuff. And if you don't, things will just stagnate. Yeah, these dogs are barking at me. I normally don't go this way. I normally like walking in the sand, not on the hard ball, but it's also because there's more homes this way. Now I'm uphill, so I'll be out of breath. So I apologize for that in the video. We're also going a little bit long. We're at almost 25 minutes. I try to keep these at, I try to walk for 20 minutes. You know, It's just a good way to get your heart rate up. But we're almost home. The Who's everyone supporting in the Super Bowl? I am a Lions fan. Let me see what this comment is. Traditional beliefs need to be challenged, but I don't know how to without burning bridges. You and me both. We are veterans, and we I go up that car past. We are a very in your face bunch, and when we tell you you're wrong, it's not just hey you're wrong. It's normally things like you're more wrong than two little boys. I'll just say making love. That was a phrase that I heard quite a bit in the Marine Corps. And we're very direct, and people don't like that. But direct is actually good because so many others are passive aggressive, and passive aggressive just causes more animosity. I would much rather someone come at me and look me in the eye and tell me I'm effed up rather than try to sugarcoat it or talk behind my back. You learn to be like that in the military. Sorry if the wind is picking up. You learn to be like that in the military, and you also learn to accept that in the military. You know, if no one's telling you you're wrong, then you're not doing things right. Because if no one's telling you you're wrong, it means you're probably not doing anything. And, I've been doing my military leadership videos. So if you know of anyone who's going into the military, I've been publishing those just about different things that I learned in the military, because it's about passing on that knowledge, to other people. And they might not be, someone that I know personally, but if they can take a little nugget of wisdom. In fact, I just, for Christmas, I got my nephew and my son, Sun Tzu's The Art of War. And, that's 2,000 years of Chinese wisdom right there. If you've never read the book, I highly recommend it. It's not a hard read. It's a bunch of proverbs and stories, and definitely will help you learn, how to think like the enemy or your opponent, however you want to look at it. And my nephews can't fix what you don't know is wrong. Absolutely, Gravy. If you're not telling me it's broken, I probably won't know. As I used to say, as a logistician, I don't know what I don't know. I need you to tell me what's wrong. And if possible, give me solutions. You know what? I'll do a military leadership video on that. But there are so many people out in the civilian world, and I've seen it for myself. They want to kill the messenger. That messenger telling you something's wrong is doing you the best service anyone can do, because they're looking at improving the situation. And if we're not constantly improving, we're getting worse. I learned that working for the football team. I worked for a college football team for a number of years before I enlisted. And I learned a lot of leadership lessons there that I was able to apply in the military. Learned a lot more in the military. And, these things, they get proven time and time again. Same thing. The other thing I'll tell you is to plagiarize good ideas in your life. If someone else is doing something right, freaking copy it. That's They're showing you the pathway to success. But you get people who, and I'm guilty of this too. I don't necessarily want to reinvent the wheel, but I am a person who needs to do things their own way. And I recognize that. But that's me and my personality. But it's still about improvement and success. So, that's the goal. Always be improving. Oh, well, I'm about ready to end my walk here. Thank you all for joining me. As always, you can go buy one of our t-shirts at veterannationfoundation.com, and you can like and subscribe and give a comment. Tell me where I'm full of BS, because I'll never know unless you tell me. But thank you for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed what little you could see of the beautiful desert landscape. You all have a great day, and as always, thank you for being worth serving.